Now I am. Now you can start.
Okay, cool. Did you want me to start or did you?
You go for it.
Okay. Thank you guys for hopping on. I know it can be difficult like in the middle of the week, but we're happy that you are joining us because we've had great success with these calls in the past. And I feel like, you know, as someone that maybe you've been following your coach or just a friend, you have a lot of questions and it can be a little intimidating to ask them. And so what Emily and my name's Emily, her name's Emily too, so don't feel sorry to confuse you guys. But what we have laid out is like the top like 4 or 5 questions that we get. And we're basically just going to answer those so you don't have to ask them. And then at the end, we'll open it up to questions. So please, as you're like, as we're talking and you think of something, like write it down or just you can write it in the chat box. And at any time you can ask a question too. But we just wanted to start off by kind of telling you a little bit about how we got started. We're actually, I've been a coach for about 3 years, I want to say in November. And it's basically changed my life for the better. Like I can't even imagine my life without it. How I got started is I'm a military spouse, so we move a lot. And I have my degree, but I was unable to use it anywhere we moved. And Beachbody kind of fell in my lap. And the mindset that I had when I went into it is this has to work. And I think that's like my number one piece of advice to anyone that's thinking about coaching or new to coaching. If you go in with that mindset that it has to work for you, it will work for you. There was no way that I wasn't going to, and it did. And now I live in a bigger town and I do have more, job opportunities, but I choose to not because I make enough to stay home and I don't have kids yet, but one day that will be a thing and I won't have to go to work. So Emily has a little bit of a different story because she does have kids. So this has changed her life in a totally different way.
Hi guys. My name is Emily and I got started with coaching 3 years ago. Last month was my 3-year anniversary and I found it because I needed to get the baby weight off after my first son was born. He was about 8 months old when I found my coach and I just started stalking her page and I was I was super shy, never posted anything on social media. And so it took me forever to reach out. I just followed her and about 8 months later, I became a coach. So I first started with the program before I became a coach. I fell in love with it. And then I was like halfway through and I'm like, I've got to do this because I was seeing it change my parents' lives. It was changing my life. And I thought like how powerful this could be to change other women's lives that I know there's other moms out there that are stuck feeling like I can't get this baby weight off and I need something that's simple that I can do at home. And Beachbody gave me that and it gave me energy again. And I thought like, at that time we were really struggling financially. Everything was, we were definitely living paycheck to paycheck. And I just thought, gosh, if I could get my Shakeology paid for and then maybe just make $100 extra a month, that would be amazing right now. Like that would be life-changing for us then. And it is done a million times more than that. It's just completely transformed my life and our life, our livelihood as a family. And I would not be where I am today without Beachbody 100%. It has changed. Yes, it has kept me healthy and through a second pregnancy and getting that baby weight off again as well. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna, I hear someone's phone. Just a second. I think it might be someone that's called in. If you are calling in, can you just mute your phone real quick? That'd be great. Sorry. I'm just hearing some feedback, but yeah, so that's how I got started. And then it's totally changed me physically, but I think probably the biggest change has been mentally. I just feel so much happier on a day-to-day basis. It feels so good and validating that not only do I get to raise my kids, but I also get to help out with our finances. And as a stay-at-home mom, I just felt so frustrated before, like I want to do something, but I just didn't know how I could do that and raise my kids at home at the same time. And Beachbody gave me that. And it gave me this platform to be able to connect with super inspiring and loving and kind and uplifting women from all over the nation and in Canada as well. And that's just crazy to me. And that would not be possible if it weren't for Beachbody. And I made a post earlier today, but we are right now building a home for our kids to be able to have a yard and their own rooms and everything, which And my son heard me and said, and big vehicles. And that's really important. But, you know, like that would not be happening without Beachbody. And it's crazy what it has done for me. And also to see what it's done for ladies on my team. That's just so rewarding and life-changing in every aspect. So I'm a lifer. But yeah, that's a little bit of my story. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and go into the top 4 most commonly asked questions that we get. And I think I'm up first. One of the biggest objections I get to people like wanting to be a coach and wanting to run with this business, but one of the things that holds them back is saying like, but I'm not a good salesman. You know, like, or I don't want to sell anything. Like, I don't want to sell to my friends and family. And guess what? I don't want you to sell to your friends and family. Like, Emily and I, if you are a part of our team, then we don't want you to ever feel like you are salesy, like you're icky, like you're selling a thing. And with Beachbody, that's the best part, is that you don't have to sell a thing. I don't feel like I've ever sold one thing in my coaching business. I've literally just committed to myself. I've made a commitment to get myself healthier physically, mentally, emotionally, with personal development, with workouts, with a superfood shake that has completely changed my health. And I've just shared about it. And that's it. And when you're just coming from an authentic place of falling in love with something that is helping you, you naturally want to share that with the people that you love and with friends and strangers. I mean, if you found a restaurant that you absolutely loved, of course, you would be telling your friends and neighbors and the person at the grocery store, you should go try out that Thai restaurant because they have amazing food. It's no different. If you love something, you can't help but share about it. And that's why I don't feel like I've ever sold one thing, because it comes from just passion and very authentic. And so you don't have to be a salesman, in short. We don't want you to be a salesman, and we will guide you through and teach you, join our team, in how to connect with people and build relationships and not sell anything. So I hope that answers that question.
Okay. So the next question that we get a lot is, and I get this so much, is that you're not at your goal weight. And we actually sometimes prefer that because people can't relate to perfection. And I mean, I even, my sister the other day was like, well, my friend said that you've always been skinny. And I was like, okay, I have been skinny, but mentally I've never been like this. And I've never been this healthy, you know? So like, I quickly like told her that, because Beachbody doesn't just have to change your life like physically. It changes it mentally, financially, you know, emotionally. And that's something that's been like a huge, if you know my story, like this has been a lifesaver for me. But, you know, people, like I said at the beginning, people don't relate to perfection. If you have a 6-pack, that's great. But you know, if someone does the same program that you did and they don't get a 6-pack, then they're going to think they did something wrong, you know? So you have to share every single struggle that you have. You know, oftentimes, like, I know the video I got like the most response from was when and I know a girl on my team, Katie as well, was when I was dying the whole workout. Like, it was a horrible day, horrible workout, and I kept stopping. And as much as I wanted to cut that video up and just share the good parts, I shared the hard parts. And that was like, everyone's like, wow, you're not perfect. You know, like, you do struggle. And so that's the mentality you need to go with this, that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be like Emily and I. You know, we're actually so different, and we're so different than so many people on our teams. We all have different backgrounds. And so you just really have to go into this like with the mentality that you don't already have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to get better. And, you know, even if that's just, like I said, your mentality, I know some people that have started this and they're really negative people, but we do this thing called personal development, and that's totally changed their mindset. And to me, that's a win. I love if people can, you know, support their families or lose 20 pounds. But if someone's like, no, like literally, I felt like my life didn't have meaning until I found like this community of, you know, women and sometimes men, that's like means so much to me, because I feel like I'm kind of Robert Trilling, but like that's one of the benefits as well, is that you get to meet so many people. We went to Summit, which is like a big thing for coaches in Nashville this summer. And I hadn't met like hardly any of these girls on our team, but I felt like I knew them forever because we talk all the time and we're just like all best friends. And then when we met, it was the same, nothing had changed. So it's just a whole nother support system you get on top of, you know, helping people. So
I love it. I can give the next one too.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know what order.
I don't care.
Okay. So another really important question, and I love talking about this one because it was honestly a question that I had when I first started, and my husband had big time. And my husband, if you know him, which probably a lot of you don't, but some of you do, he looks into things so much, and he won't be a believer until he knows all the details. And one of the big questions that he had was, is it a pyramid scheme? And I know probably some of you are thinking that. And I love it. Like, I used to get so upset when people would say that because I wouldn't know what to say back. And so I did my research. My husband did the research. And what I love about it is that it's not. And I'll give you some reasons. A big reason is a pyramid scheme. Say that you sign up under your coach. A pyramid scheme means that she gets part of your income. So if you sell something, she gets a chunk of your paycheck. Or, you know, you can never out earn her, and you can never outrank her, or, you know, outgrow her. But you can outgrow your upline at any time. You can outmake your upline at any time in Beachbody. And what's great is that we don't get any of our downlines income. So what's awesome is Beachbody sees that you're doing well and your team is doing well, so they pay you personally. They're not like, oh, we're going to give you a percentage of their income. They say, we're going to give you money from us because you're doing so well. And so I think those are like the three things that describe a pyramid scheme and that we're not. So yeah.
I love it. And pyramid schemes are illegal.
Yeah, that too. And like Beachbody would not be around for as long as it has if it was. So
exactly. Okay, so the last question I get a lot is, how much time am I going to need to invest in this business? And what if I have no time? What if I'm already working a full-time job and I'm in school and I have a child at home? Like, I have all of those people on my team. I have some incredible boss babes that are hustling and working their Beachbody business, and they're in school, and they have kids, and they work full-time. And so it is seriously something that you can do with very little time if you are willing to be consistent and just show up every day for whatever you can do. If all you can do is start with 15 minutes of business building activities, then, which is what we'll teach you, then that's all you need. If you can devote an hour to this every single day, you are golden. It takes very little time to build this business. If you are just, like Emily said from the beginning of this call, if you go all in from the beginning, then you really don't need a lot of time, because your time is going to be so focused on what you need to do. You'll get in, get it done, and then move on with your day. And for me personally, I am a crazy busy mom. I feel like I'm losing my brain every second of every day. My kids take every moment and every ounce of my energy. I feel like a single mom a lot of the time because my husband is rarely home. He's still at work right now, actually. And, you know, I've just figured out how to make it work through pregnancy and being sick and barely even being able to get off the couch. I built my business. I built it when I was up at 2 a.m. nursing, and, you know, my family is sleeping. I built it here to this day. And so anyone can do this business. I even have someone on my team that I always love to refer back to. Her name is Lauren. And she, when we first met, she was working 2 jobs, has 2 kids, a husband that has 3 jobs and was never home. And she was also in school. And she had that same question for me of, how much time is this going to take? And because of Beachbody and just staying at it a little bit that she could do every single day, she was able to quit that second job. So she no longer has to work weekends. She now just has her one job. They recently bought their dream home, which is amazing. And she's still growing in this business. And I know that one day she will quit her full-time current job, but it's just shows that you don't need a lot of time at all if you're just intentional with your time. And if you can devote an hour a day, you're good. So, yeah, those are the common questions. And we wanted to open it up to you guys now. If so that you can have a chance to ask any and every question. Like Emily said in the beginning, there is no stupid question. Just ask away. Anything that you've been wanting to know about coaching, the stage is yours.
Or if any of the coaches have a question that maybe one of their people had, or
you can just raise your hand or put in the chat box. If you're muted, then I feel, and you're calling in, maybe just talk and we'll see it go green, maybe.
No questions.
Not one.
Okay, cool. Oh wait, she's muted.
Hold on. There you go, sweetie. You're unmuted. Sorry.
What financially, what does it cost to get started?
Emmy,
Sure, I can do that. So we always say that, well, honestly, you don't have to pay anything to get started, but there is I lied. There is usually a $40 sign-up fee. But if there's any military on here, spouses, veterans, whatever, that is waived. And then there's a $15 a month fee, which is like crazy good. That's super cheap and inexpensive for what you will gain from this. But we always say that you want to start off with a program, because you have to be a product of the product. And it would be really hard for you to talk about a program to a friend or even Shakeology if you're not drinking it or doing it yourself. Those are Beachbody's biggest programs. So we encourage you to talk to your coach and find out what challenge pack would be best for you, which is just Shakeology plus a program. There's so many good sales right now. It's ridiculous. And then we have that new program coming out on Halloween. So, I know for me, I started with a program, and then that's how I just started talking about it. I would do my workout and post about it, and then, drink my Shakeology and post about it. And then people will become curious, just by doing those little things. So we always just say, and like I said, the prices vary. So you just need to talk to your coach and figure out which one's best for you.
Okay.
Oh, and then if you do buy a challenge pack, that $40 fee is gone. You don't have to pay that.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
any other questions?
I do.
Yay.
I kind of already know this, but just for sake of people who are joining to know about coaching or getting an idea of it, if you're doing it for a discount, what does that mean? Like, if someone did it for a discount, like they can get the 25% off, but could you maybe just
Explain it more?
let them know that they don't have to do it if they don't want to run a business?
Absolutely. Yes. So you can absolutely be a part of our team without running your coaching business. The sign up is the exact same way, but you can call yourself a discount coach, or it's our loyalty program, or whatever you feel comfortable with, but there's no obligation there either. You're not going to be required to, you don't have quota. You don't have a certain number of product that you have to order each month. There's no cancellation fees. If you decide at any time that you don't like it for some reason, you can cancel. There's no contract. It's literally, you just get an amazing discount. It's just a huge benefit that Beachbody offers us for signing up as a coach, is getting 25% off. I have a ton of coaches on my team that have never done anything but with the business side and just enjoy the discount. My dad actually was one of the first coaches that ever signed up on my team. And 3 years later, he's still drinking Shakeology, still doing Beachbody programs, and has never done anything with the business. So, yes.
And then also keep in mind, I started off as a discount coach, and now it's like I said, it's my full-time gig. So even if you just want to start off and just like put your toes in the water, join our team page, and just kind of, experience the community, you're totally cool to do that. We say there's a few different types of coaches. There's a discount coach, a hobby coach, and then a full-time coach. Yeah. So I went up the line. I started discount, went to hobby, and now I'm full-time. So you take it as fast or as slow as you want. We're here for you for whatever speed you want to go at it.
Yeah. Great question. Thanks, Anna.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any other questions? Anything at all? Anything little? Anything big? Nothing?
Katya?
Oh, hold on, Katya. Sorry, sweetie. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I just really, I don't know if you already shared about some of your wins when it comes to the financial rewards that you've gotten from this, but I always get so inspired. And I thought that, I don't know if you guys shared that already, but I thought it might help for people to figure out a little bit better on that side.
Sure. If you have something you want to share, you
So
go
for you, that you could share, that you guys could share.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know like Emily Favre shared some of hers in the past with me, and I was so inspired, but I don't know if all the people on here know about it. So I don't know if you guys shared about that already.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. So like Emily, I wanted to just pay for my Shakeology, and that was just basically a challenge. My husband was like, if you can get paid for it, then go for it, because he's very frugal. And so I was like, I'm on it. So I paid for my Shakeology, and I think the second year I paid my car payment. So we only had one car, and so I would pay our car payment. And that was like a big deal because we were living basically on one income, and mine was just the bonus. And then this year, like Emily, we bought our first home, our dream home, something like we never imagined that we would own, and I paid the mortgage and then some. So it was really cool to be able to write the first check for our mortgage payment. And I know for me, like, it's, if you're living on one income, it's, you can survive, but you can't do all the fun extra stuff. And I know for me and my husband, like, we've gone so many places. Just this month we're going to Vegas, and then we're going to Hawaii, and then I'm going to Oregon, and then with Beachbody, you get to go on free trips if you reach your goals. So they send you, the first year they sent me to Cancun, my first year as a coach, just because I went all in. And then last year it was a cruise, and then in April we're going to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So it's like, I would never go on these trips ever. I was telling my friend, she's like, you've been so many places, like, how do you afford that? And I was like, Beachbody literally sends me there for just reaching my goals. Not only do you get paid, for helping people and getting people in challenge groups, but they also reward you by sending you on cool trips. So financially, it's just really helped us, and it's really blown my mind that how far we've come and how much we're able to save, and have our dream home at the age of 25. And I know for a fact that would have never been possible because I wouldn't have found a job, that would have paid me what I get paid now, especially with how much we move. So,
yes.
But Emily, I don't know. You kind of shared on your house a little bit.
No, that's amazing. It is just like everyone's story is different. And that's the thing that you'll hear in Beachbody. You'll hear all these different stories, like Hutch was saying, that just blow your mind. And Emily is like, that just is so crazy to me. I remember when she first bought her house, I was like, that is just wild, because I remember when she first signed up. So to see that progression, and it's such a small amount of time, like when you really think about it, 3 years, that's nothing. And, for me, my very first goal financially was just to be able to cover my Shakeology. I told my husband, like, we didn't have it at all for me to sign up as a coach with a challenge pack, but it was something I wanted to do, and he was supportive and said, go for it. So I took that money out of my savings. Or maybe I put it on a credit card. I don't remember. But I went ahead and did it. And I told him, I said, you give me 3 months and I will have this covered. Like, I was just in it. And I just knew that if I set my mind to it, I knew it was possible because I had heard enough stories. So I knew, like, if I just went for it, it would happen. And by the second month, I was able to cover my Shakeology. He has proudly never paid for one bag of my Shakeology. It has been covered every single month since. And then my goal was just to be able to have a little bit of extra money, to have a little freedom, which came. And then my goal was to be able to help out with groceries, which with 2 growing boys, they literally eat more than I do. So our grocery bill just rises and rises. And it's such a blessing to not be stressing about that and not be stressing about food, which I know so many people do. And it breaks my heart because no one should stress about food. And this year, actually last year, my son started preschool, and it's a private preschool that is pretty spendy for this town, but it's the one that we like the most. And I said, you know what, I've got it. And I've been able to take care of that. I took care of it every month last year, taking care of it this year. Like I mentioned, we just purchased a house that we're building, and we just purchased that last month. And because of the time of when we purchased it, we still have to pay taxes on the entire year of land, which is just crazy. It's like a weird law, and like, okay, whatever. And I told my husband again, I was like, I'll figure it out. Like, I just know that somehow I'll figure it out. And this month, we owe $1,300 for the year in taxes for our new piece of land. And in 1 week of coaching, in one paycheck, I was able to take care of that. And I cannot even tell you the stress that took off of my husband and me. So it really is like, whatever, if you dream it and you go for it, it will happen.
Yeah. And you just have to like also keep in mind, like, it's not gonna happen quick. Like, it's, you know, like, go in it with big dreams, but this isn't like a get rich quick. I can't tell you how many months that it's been so hard and I wanted to give up, but I have an awesome upline and a really supportive husband, and they just have, you know, not allowed me to. And that's the only reason I'm where I'm at today. And so I really, if you are married or you have a boyfriend or a significant other, really get them on board with you, because that's going to make your life so much easier. It took a while for my husband to believe in it, and now he brags about it to his friends. And so it's like, you have to have the support and your family's support. And because it's going to be hard. There's going to be times that you don't want to keep going or give up. And so you're going to need other people to remind you why you started. And that's why it's so important to have a good upline too. So whoever invited you to this call, we think are amazing because they're our team, but you need to have someone that's going to like give you some tough love and then also be very, you know, helpful. Cool. Any other questions?
Oh, Krista?
Cool.
2 seconds. There you go.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Saw in the chats that Stacy had a question about Super Saturday and what it entails for coaches. And I just signed up for my first one. So if you guys could talk to us about that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the way I describe it, it's kind of like a mini summit. So Summit is, like I said, we went to Nashville this year and just had a party and learned so much and met so many awesome people that have the same dreams and want you to succeed just as bad as you do. And that's like the best way I can describe it. I go to the one in Dallas. It's 3 hours, so I actually drive, you know, and where I lived in Texas, that one was 3 hours as well. And it's just like I said, it's just a whole bunch of people have the same dreams as you. And they often bring in amazing guest speakers to talk. I know at the one in Dallas, it's Carl, so the CEO of Beachbody, is coming to speak. And then the trainers from the new Court of Force are going to be there, so we get to work out with them live. And then actually my upline is flying in from Oregon to speak at the one in Dallas. So I always leave and I learn so much, and I see so many people that I just love and some people that inspire me. Depending on which one you go to, you're going to probably meet someone that maybe you follow on social media. But I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. It's just a big inspiring fest.
Awesome.
It is.
Yeah. But if you have to drive, like, it's worth it. You know, go to big one. If you're in Oregon, go to the one in Portland.
Yeah.
And if you don't know where one is, and that's what another thing, guys, if you're not a coach yet, you can go. You don't have to be a coach to go. So if you're still kind of on the fence, I really inspire you to go to one because, you know, you gotta experience it.
Yes. You and me both, Anna. We're driving to Portland. We both live in Eugene. And
Okay, you're driving 6 hours? That's so awesome.
yay!
That's how amazing they are, guys.
Yeah, that beats 2. No, like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
very
And
important.
then Summit is incredible. This next year it's in New Orleans. Last year it was in Nashville. And I remember my first year, I wasn't going to go. I actually told my coach I wasn't going, and she basically was like, suck it up. I was going through a lot in my life, and I can tell you that's probably a big reason why I'm still a coach, because I went. And it keeps you just motivated. And when you're surrounded by that kind of people, it's hard for you not to dream big.
It really is the relationships in this business that you'll end up seeing is what keeps you going and lights up your days like nobody's business, because we all get introduced to coaching and to Beachbody for different reasons. For me, it was that I needed to lose weight. But what makes my days alive and so happy now are moments like this. It's relationships. It's the ladies that are in my private boot camps. It's the ladies on my team. It's the ladies on my team and like so many other teams when you go to live events, whether it be a Super Saturday or Super Sunday or Summit or whatever, because you end up making these lifelong friends. And I don't know about you guys, but before Beachbody, my newsfeed in social media had a bunch of like gossip and negativity and drama.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's just positive, 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 positive. Like, it's just amazing. And so now it's just different to think about where I came from, just mentally to where I am now. Even on the hardest day, I know that I have such an amazing team that if I just tell them, hey, I'm having a hard day, they're right there to like lift you up. And like, no one is tearing you down. Everyone is uplifting you. And that's just, I never had that in any other job that I've ever worked. So that in itself has been, it's just a gift. It makes you want to keep going. So
Cool.
Any other questions?
Yeah. I was going to say, Stacy, you were the one that asked about Super Saturday. Are you a coach already?
Yes.
Oh, so you're going to Super Sunday. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll see you there. Like, we'll have to find each other. I'll have to add you on Facebook. Cool.
Yes, that's right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm so jealous. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you guys.
You see Ashley and everything.
I
It's cool.
know. I want to hear her speak.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? We don't want to keep you too long, but we want to make sure that you have all your questions answered. And if you have any doubts, like, you just let us know.
Yes.
We're honest.
Yes.
Cool. I mean, I don't know, Emily, if you have anything else to add.
No, just, think it over. I know I sat on the fence forever, and that was my biggest regret, is that I didn't just jump in sooner, because I always think about how much farther along I could be if I would have just, gotten out of my comfort zone and stopped being so afraid, because I was, and that's totally normal. And I get that, but, you're not going to fall. You have a whole family once you join our team that is there to lift you up and help you. And, just reach out to the person that invited you to this call. And, if you want to ask them questions, if you need to chat more about it, do that. Take your time. And when you're ready, we'll be here for you. And if you're ready to get started right away, like I said, just reach out to the person and they'll help you get started. So we thank you so much, though, for joining us for this time. This has been the highlight of my day. I've been excited all day long. So you guys are awesome, and I hope you all have an amazing night. And you good?
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Later.
Guys,
Thank you. Bye.
bye.